Kostya, it's so fun and exciting for me because there's two things that I love the most is food and music, and I can't see any better way to do this with you. And welcome, and so I think everyone already knows who Kostya is. He's an incredible violinist, super talented, super driven, super fun, and it's just like he changed the whole industry, I think, of this classical instrumental music. And we are going to cook today one of his favorite dishes.
Oh, I can't wait. You know, as much as my fingers are proficient on the violin, I'm not really good in the kitchen, so I'm very excited to learn, Edvina.
Yes, because this is how it goes. If you can't cook, I'll cook your favorite dish. And his favorite dish is Deruny, that comes from his childhood.
Yes.
And I know that your mom...
Oh, she used to make it all the time, my mom, my grandma. It's a very simple dish, just potato pancakes, but it has a lot of memories in my heart.
A lot of memories, and I think something like that hits the spot, and also you could do so many things with this dish. It's very simple, but you could elevate it, you could serve it at different occasions. It could be breakfast, it could be dinner, it could be lunch, it could be many different things. And this dish also, many cultures has that dish, right? It's just called different names, and it could be a little difference in the ingredients, but the base is the potato, which I love. And so let's start. I'm gonna prep our potato batter.
Okay.
While maybe you tell us a little bit, where did you begin your journey? How old were you when you started playing violin?
Okay, so yeah, it all started back home in Ukraine, and I was about 5 years old. I was almost 5 years old. And my mom, after cooking me a nice little batch of deruny, she decided to take me to a music school. She was like, "You're gonna play an instrument." And we had a little violin hanging on the wall, so she was like, "We're not gonna buy another instrument, you're just gonna play that."
She made a choice for you. You know what?
Yes,
actually,
of course she did.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but I also had the same situation. My mom took me to play violin, and because the music school was very close to my house, and I just walked. I was really young, but as you see, it didn't work out for me. I was terrible student.
Oh, it's not that easy.
It's really hard, and I don't have a musical talent. I have a listening talent, but not the musical talent. So and this is what I do, and I think it works out perfectly here.
Yes.
Fine. I'm gonna shred, before you continue, I'm gonna shred the potato on a big shredder, like on the bigger side of it, and the onion. And then we're gonna squeeze out all the water that it produces. Just put some salt so the water releases, so it doesn't become sticky when you start cooking it. Pretty much it. And then we're gonna do some fresh pepper and cook it. So I'm gonna do this. Kostya, how old were you when you actually became independent, and how did you start this whole career of yours that is absolutely incredible? He is actually only 25 years old. Can you believe that?
Yes, I am. I mean, it's already a big boy. But yeah, I started playing when I was about 5. My talent was discovered when I was about like 8 years old. Like my teachers saw some potential in me, so they started plugging me in all these competitions. So I did my first ever solo concert with an orchestra as a soloist when I was 9 years old. I did my debut, and since then I've been performing on stages all day, every day. It's just like I grew up on the stage, so it's been amazing. And then when I was 17, I started living on my own. And
so young, at 17,
yes.
I cannot imagine. My daughter is 18, to just let her live on her. Although she started living a little bit on her own because she's in college right now.
Yeah.
But it's tough for a mom, for family, for parents. But it's amazing that you became independent so young, and this is why your road has been pretty fast forward and very successful at your super young age. And that's what inspires me so much, and I want the world to know about it and to see that it's all possible.
Of course.
And And I know you were 17 when you were in Ukraine, but then
Yes.
you came to US when you were 18.
When I was 18, yeah. And so
How did you get here? What brought you here?
I got here because I got accepted on a scholarship to Eastman School of Music.
Of course, scholarship.
Yeah, of course.
Talent.
But yeah, it was an amazing opportunity for me. I left everything I knew behind, and I came here because I was always not just good at the violin, I was always very passionate about music itself.
Did you start liking it from like 4 years old, or it took you some time?
It took me some time. I had like different periods in my life where I was hating it, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
But I understood the power of it, and we were kind of talking about this before, is that, you know, both of us have different mediums, but it's all about what you put in there. You know, you said that you might be sad and cooking food, and then the food is sad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know, if you're not happy,
Exactly.
your food is not going to be as good. And I'm sure all of you had that experience when you're just not in mood and you go cook, and it's just like your energy goes right into the food, and it never comes out as good as when you are really happy.
Yes.
So for me, cooking is about my energy, putting it into the food, and sharing with everyone, and that love that I put into it. That's why I really, really love putting my music on, dressing up in the kitchen, because it all creates that beautiful environment that makes me happy first, and then it spreads the love throughout, right?
I love how you're talking about this, because this is the way
Your philosophy.
my philosophy is you're saying you should put the energy in, you're sharing the energy, sharing the love, and this is your medium. My medium is sound, but there's a lot of musicians who their misconception is that the sound and the music that they put out, that's the final product, but it's not.
Right.
It's just a instrument, it's just a conduit to get the energy out there, to get that.
The end product is pretty much
energy.
The end product is pretty much the emotion and feeling that people receive after they get to experience food or music, right? Or any type of art and creativity. This is what it makes it so special. We give very beautiful and priceless emotions to people, and I love that you do it the particular way. You are not a regular violinist, right? We all know all the classical music, which I love, of course, but it could be a bit difficult to sit through a serious orchestra and listen to that music, you know, but you take that classical music and bring your own approach.
Yes.
I would say you are a rock star of classical music,
Exactly.
and I just love how you move your whole body. The violin is basically the extension of your body and your energy, and what you do, what you bring inspires many, many people, and I think whoever knows you now, they just absolutely admire and appreciate what you do in the world of music. I'll be right back.
Yeah, guys, I love the way she was talking about it, because this is kind of my approach to the music itself, is that classical music as a product, it's not bad. For me, it's the presentation of it, the way they present it. It's like if you were cooking an amazing dish and put it in a box, instead of presenting it the way you always present. So I give the same dish, you know, the same music. The music itself is not bad, you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
It's the presentation of it. It's the way it's being given to people. And the
I'm
way...
going to interrupt you here for a second, because I want you to explain this a little bit to the little kids maybe who's watching this, because it could be hard for them to focus on the music, because as you're saying, the way it's packaged, the way they teach them sometimes, the approach could be boring and harsh.
Of course.
So how can the kids open themselves up, or is there something that they could learn how to, when you were little, how did you make yourself to kind of realize different approach?
To be honest, it's all for me. It all kind of comes with feeling. You have to feel out whatever feels good for you. And a lot of musicians, they get stuck in practice mode, and they just practicing, and they know how to practice really well, but they don't know how to play.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
And so what I say, obviously practicing is important, but I say that the music is to be played and not practiced. You know?
I agree. And you went to 2 schools here,
Yes.
right? One
In Rochester, New York.
Rochester,
Yeah.
and you got the master's.
I got the master's here at the University of Miami.
Yes, the Frost School of Music, and
Yes.
I remember coming there and supporting you and watching you. It was really
Yes.
special. And I'm sure that was a very different experience for you from Ukrainian school and college and 2 different environments here as well. What is the difference for you? Which maybe part of it you really enjoyed the most?
I enjoy the opportunities. Like here.
I like that.
Yes. You obviously know, coming from that part of the world, which was, I mean, not to get too deep into politics, but which was kind of mismanaged by the communists, you know, and here coming into a place that's thriving, you just get surrounded by all these opportunities. You don't have to go and practice in a basement with a leaking air conditioning, you know,
Right.
you go in a nice place, there's a nice classroom with a big screen, you know, it's more conducive to learning. I want to learn, and when I see all of this wealth and all of this, all of these opportunities around me, they're just within reach, so I just want to grab them.
Yeah, this is what I actually really admire about you, that you are non-stop. You work so much, workaholic violinist,
Yes.
that here today you are here, tomorrow you're in New York, after
Yep.
tomorrow you're another part of the world. You travel so much and you do so many events, and I love that you took that classical instrument but made it into this beautiful, entertaining
Yes.
piece that connects everyone. People want to dance at your
Yes,
at
they-
your actually. Tell me a little bit about the concerts. Are you planning to do something with that? Because Kostya just had his
Yes.
solo concert. It was
Yes.
absolutely incredible, and I like that approach. And are there any plans?
Of course.
On that?
Of course. So the whole plan about my shows is to bring it out to the public, to take it on the road. I'm so glad you guys were there to see the vision, not just to see me somewhere at the event, but to see my whole vision put to life. It was a whole experience just curated by me every single second.
That's incredible.
Yes, and you guys were able to see there, and even some people who like the violin, they're like, I don't know if we can take an hour and a half of violin, but after, they just kept wanting more.
I absolutely actually invited friends that didn't know about you, never seen you before, and when I invited them to watch, they were expecting a classical concert, and they, after the show, they said, "Oh my God, thank you so much, Katerina
Yes.
and Michael, hi," and they were so happy. They enjoyed it so much. They
So
just
glad.
said, "Wow, this was absolutely outstanding. Something that we've never." Even imagined that this is going to be that type of a thing. So
Yes.
that's what I love, that you bring in a completely approach to all of this. And also, if I'm not mistaken, you have a brother that is
Yes.
another talent, but
Yes.
we want to learn a little bit about him. What's going on? Are you guys planning to do a duet?
Of course. So we.
One second, I'm gonna start cooking while Kostya is talking. So the
That's it.
batter is ready. I'm gonna add a little bit of flour, basically like a spoon or 2. Mix it, and we have ghee. I'm gonna heat up the pan, guys. Do not be afraid to use stainless steel. Just make sure it's very, very, very hot, but heat it up along with your oil, ghee, butter, whatever, and start cooking on a very hot. That way, nothing is gonna stick. Okay. I hope it's not gonna. So yes,
be
tell
great.
me about your brother while I'm cooking
course.
some of this.
Of course, wow, this is amazing to see a master at work. Well, yeah, me and my brother, I'm so happy that he was able to come here and escape, and because you know the situation back home is not
right. It's not very good.
It's not good. And he wasn't here.
When did he move here?
He moved here like a couple of years ago. So he wasn't. I was here since 2017.
Right.
He just moved. And
while the
yes,
that's
and
happening.
we're living together again, just like as we did when we were kids. And so we're working on amazing projects together. The Lucky Brothers. It's
the
coming.
Lucky Brothers.
Yes.
And do you know why Kostya calls his name is Kostya Laki? Because his last name is
Lakinyuk.
Lakinyuk. It's a Ukrainian last name, but I like that you took away
of course.
that part, and you know, it's the Lak word is already in your last name, which is a really cool thing. Yeah.
And it's a great representation of me. I'm definitely lucky with all of the things that are happening to me and with my life. There were like if you look at the life the way it's supposed to be, I'm definitely not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be in this beautiful home cooking this dinner on a live stream. I'm not supposed to be here. This is a 1 in a million chance that just...
But you took that chance.
Of course.
The difference is that he took the chance. I think what's very important is because it's
what is this?
This is ghee. This is the clarified butter. Oh. Clarified butter has a really great nutty flavor, and it pairs very, very well with potato. So it's just gonna give that unusual, you know, touch to the potato, any potato. I always recommend using ghee, also very good for eggs. And Kostya, your brother plays violin or other instruments?
Oh, and everything else. My brother is incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, he's playing guitar and playing piano. Like when you come to our house, it's all music. We're just all producing music, making new sounds, producing shows. It's just amazing.
What about you? Do you play any other instruments?
I can, but I cannot claim that I am a pianist. You know, you sit me down the piano, you know, I'll play something, but it's not going to be to the level that I can do on the violin, you know what I mean?
Right. Are you guys enjoying the show? And let us know where you all from. Write the comments. We would like to know. And also, are you cooking along with us? You should start doing it because it's a good practice. If you don't know how to make the dish, it's just like a perfect way. It's also a free cooking class for you right here. Kostya.
You better subscribe. You better click that notification bell. Smash that like button.
Smash it because it's just gonna get more and more interesting with every show. While I'm cooking this, maybe we could hear another tune.
Okay. Let me do a nice one for you guys.
So you see a little smoky. I'm gonna drop this here and start cooking. All right, go for it.
Play a little one of your favorites.
Yes? Let's do it. It's always Vivaldi time. I see this beautiful design.
Yes.
Actually, that's something that I always wanted to ask you. How do you pick your violins? How do you know like which instrument? Is this made for you specifically, or you buy it at the store? Like how does this work? Because I know how, of course, my tools, but this is something even more special because it's that string, it's that
it's a part of me, as you said.
Yeah, it's part of.
Well, this one is an extra special one. It's like Sometimes it's like with girls or friends, you know, when you see a person that you like, that you're drawn to, like
Yes.
just like we met, you know.
Yes. I fell in love with you the first time I met you.
And I
Like,
did
oh my
too.
God.
I didn't even know who you guys were. I was just playing, and you guys were just
I
listening.
came and started dancing with you. You just fired up the floor as always.
Yes. Yeah. So this one, she spoke to me. Whenever I saw her, it was back home in my hometown in Chernivtsi. We have this beautiful luthier who is a guy who makes violins.
Okay, that's.
And he studied in Cremona, the birthplace of Stradivarius.
Oh, really? Wow.
He is one of the very few from Ukraine who have completed that course. And this particular instrument is a very amazing copy of the Spanish era Stradivarius, with like incrustations and hand drawn and everything.
Yeah, that's what I noticed when
Yep.
you were playing. It's just such a
And this
beautiful
is all like
piece.
ebony and ivory and all of this. It's a very, very special instrument. So I was 20 years old. I saw her. I was like, she's gonna be mine.
And do
So-
you have a few, or you
Oh,
just
yeah.
have you
Yeah,
have you
yeah.
have to, right?
Yeah,
to
I
make
have-
sure that.
I have a bunch, you know. I have electric ones and acoustic ones and all kinds. But yeah, you know, usually it just depends. Whatever I'm feeling on that day, that's where I go
Yes,
with.
I like that. It's like me when I pick my dresses.
Yeah.
Whatever I feel like. As you can see, guys, here, they already cooked on one side, and as you see, nothing sticks, as I promised, because when you heat up the pan properly, nothing sticks.
Oh, nice.
That's the thing with people kind of mistreating the stainless steel. I really, really want you to stop using all the coated pots and pans because they are toxic for you. And do not be afraid of using stainless steel because this is the cleanest type of cookware you could find. And all you have to do, just always heat up the pan properly with the oil already in the pan, cold oil, and start heating up together. Because when the pan is hot, you throw oil, it just starts smoking and burning. And that's why it's wrong, or when people don't heat it up properly, it's still kind of warm. That's why everything sticks to it. And another thing, do not start removing that side early, because you're gonna see when it creates the crust, it's gonna, you know, unstick itself naturally. It's very, very simple. But I wanted to tell you this in detail because it's one of the biggest questions I always get. And do not be afraid. Just do it. Just try it. One time you do it right, you're gonna be like, oh my God, what were I doing all this time? So we will be trying this pretty soon. Actually, I'm gonna have some champagne.
Yes, yes.
Yes, we'll get our sabrage going, but actually Kostya doesn't drink alcohol, which
it's okay.
which I actually admire so much, because it's amazing that in your industry,
Yes.
drinking
Yes.
drinking
It's a
and doing
big
all that,
problem. Yes.
it could lead you to being, you know, completely exhausted 24/7. It's one thing when you just have a little sip sometimes, so you're getting
I'll
some
agree,
sparkling.
yes,
Well, you
please.
can open this
Yes.
for yourself.
I'm gonna do a ceremonial opening.
Okay, I think you could do that while I get some champagne going here.
Boom.
This is, as I said, for me, it's a ritual on my show. It's all about that, and we're gonna keep it going.
Yes.
Nonetheless, so
Celebrating.
open a little bit of this, and our Deruny are almost ready to try. And I have a little surprise for you. That will be in a second. So let's do this.
Yes.
All right, got our champagne going, and this is for you.
Thank you.
Some sparkling.
Thank you.
Cheers, my dear, and I just want to say thank you so much for being here and having this beautiful time with me. Actually, I want to ask you a question about your father that I learned.
Sure.
That it's a very interesting thing that your father is a priest, correct?
Yes, he is.
And you are a rock star. How you are kind of like two opposites,
Yes.
but on the other hand, I feel like
We're very
maybe
connected.
we are a little bit connected.
We're very, very connected. So my dad is a priest, and I've known it all my whole life, you know, and everybody has expectations for a priest kid.
Right.
You know, you have to be a certain way. So then people see me and they're like, you are the most horribly mismanaged priest kid that I've ever seen. But
God for us, because this talent would not be here, but
Yes.
thankfully.
But yeah, to be honest, like I'm not that different from my dad. You know, we do the same thing. Music is for me is obviously a very, very spiritual thing. I share the energy. I take the spirit in. I'm a channeler for the spirit, the same as my dad. I speak to a lot of people, to a crowd of people. I always address a
Just
crowd
like
of
your
people.
father, right?
Exactly.
He also
And
speaks to
I've
crowds.
seen him do this since I was a little kid. I've seen him just speak and
Were you
command the crowd.
stunned when you were
Yes.
watching that? But
Yes.
did you learn because of that how to keep the crowd?
Yes, I saw that it's possible. So I've never had any like,
Experience, but
yeah, but also I've never had any like fright, like stage fright, or I wasn't afraid to talk to people. I've never had that, to be honest. Like,
yeah, that's
because-
a very, very important thing, because it's many people are so afraid, and it's not an easy task.
No, it's not, you know, but it's kind of, I just saw it be done by my dad so effortlessly all the time. So I was like, well, this is what people do, you know, so I didn't really like question it. So yeah, it's been amazing. And, you know, again, another thing that kind of connects me and my dad is the different special days and celebrations in people's lives that we
yes.
are a part of.
Oh yes, absolutely. Like
Always.
the weddings, he's
Yes.
a priest at the wedding.
Christenings, baby
engagements.
showers,
Yeah.
engagements.
Yeah, you bring happiness to everyone's life, and we totally feel it. And being around you, especially when we had our dinner parties, and when you
Yes.
played for our guests, it was just so special. They left so happy, and they woke up happy.
Yes.
And that is a feeling that is absolutely priceless.
Yes.
So I'm chopping up some dill and scallions here. This is a classic topping, along with sour cream that I'm going to get
Very Ukrainian.
from the fridge.
Very Ukrainian.
Very
I love
Ukrainian. Kostya, if you can put it there for me.
Yes.
And I have also something that I like to have it with. Some stracciatella and caviar.
Oh.
Actually, this caviar is a gift from my friend Mira. Mirachka, thank you so much. I still didn't eat it. This is this is a special day. Kostya is here, and we're gonna have some of this Deruny with caviar. So that's what I was telling you about this dish. You could make it as simple as it is for breakfast, or you could make it as a special appetizer when you have guests, and it's always a hit. Who doesn't love some crispy, fatty potato with some caviar and sour cream or stracciatella, whatever rings your bell. So we're gonna have, so this is ready. As you see, they're beautiful. We're gonna try some right
This is
now.
gonna be my first time eating deruny with
caviar. So I like that. I like that. That's
Mama, I made it.
So here we have this pretty, I actually brought this a beautiful cutting board from Amazon forest. I love also stories in my kitchen, because every piece reminds me of something that traveled with me, and this pan is from Japan.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and
Nice.
this is from Amazon forest. The tree is called porcupine tree. That's why it has this this particular design. It's not painted. This is how the tree is.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm gonna move it here. Be careful. And we're gonna turn off this stove, and let's taste. Do you want me to make some for you with stracciatella to try?
Sure. I tried it.
Stracciatella goes very well with that as well. I'll give you to try both ways. The
Stracciatella-
classic way, it's basically that creamy part of burrata. So you could buy just stracciatella on its own, or you could just take it out of the burrata. But you can buy, they do sell it as well. Nice. So we have some of that. We're gonna put the scallions, and the dill, those delicious things. And let's do some caviar on top. Mira, thank you again so much for this beautiful, delicious caviar. And always use a non-metal spoon for caviar. That will make it, because you don't want to have that metallic taste on the caviar.
Oh my God.
How beautiful is this, guys?
This is VIP.
This is a VIP Deruny for you. Well, you deserve it.
Thank you.
I want you to try it and let us know how it tastes. Maybe I'll put it here. Give you a little plate if you need it. Go for it.
I can just.
Yeah, you could just use your hands.
I can just be a barber.
Here. Good?
I hope you're getting all this ASMR. Oh my God.
Guys, hit subscribe. Turn the notifications on for our next live streams. It's going to be really interesting. On the next Thursday, I have also a very, very, very special guest. And his name, I'm sure many of you know who this incredible man is. It's Dan Buettner from the Netflix series Blue Zones. If you want to talk longevity and learn more about his plans for this year, this incredible man is going to be in my kitchen, and we will be cooking a beautiful dish together that is longevity proved. Yes, it's good.
It's amazing.
Yes, I think if you have any questions, let us know. Please, if you have cooking questions, if you have questions for Kostya, we're here for you guys. I'm gonna take a bite. I didn't have anything to eat. I always stay hungry before the show because.
Same, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
for performing. It's a little bit different because when you eat, you kind of shut down a little bit. Like
you want to keep that.
You want to
energy.
So when you're hungry, you just stay hungry, right? Right.
It's super easy. Also, this dish can be made different texture as well, right? It could be blended.
Yeah.
And it could be shredded. I prefer a bit more texture rather than blended, but some people like it like that, so you have options, okay? Kostya, what are your plans for this year and for future? What are you bringing us to see? What's happening?
I hope you guys can make it to one of my shows. It's a very, very special show called the Rev-Iolution.
Rev-Iolution, yes. I love that. Did you come up with that idea?
Yes.
Actually, Kostya writes music, his own music.
Oh yeah.
And he does collaborations with DJs and other artists and musicians, some of our friends. It's just unbelievable collaboration. I love what you've been doing, and some of it already out on Spotify, right?
Yeah, so, Spotify, Kostia Laki. Go follow me, listen, send to your friends. It's a journey, Like my whole life is a Rev-Iolution. It consists of 3 words. Obviously, revolution. Obviously, violin, but also revival. So it's reviving that instrument that has been so impactful throughout the years, but has been kind of mismanaged in the last century. It kind of took a different pivot, like as opposed to like guitar or saxophone that just kept flourishing. And I believe the violin deserves it. So absolutely, you guys follow me and come to my shows. I'm going to be doing a lot more shows here in South Florida. I have some shows planned in New York and Chicago. And
also you could hire him privately for your events. Just make sure you're ahead of time because he is very booked and not available all the time. Do you want your date?
Yes, give me your date. Be secured and make sure you have you have enough budget.
Well, this is you always get what you pay for. You want the best of the best.
Exactly.
You know, that's how life works.
Because you can either get a McDonald's hash brown, or you can get a privately.
Or you can have Edvina's, all right?
Exactly, with black caviar. So pick your poison.
Pick your poison. Make your right choice.
Yes.
Kostya, thank you so much for being here and
for
doing this beautiful, beautiful music to all of us. And your music brings beauty to my kitchen, to my my soul. And I want to hear one more before we go. It's a treat for me and for you guys. So enjoy. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for watching. And please make sure you join us every Thursday. Join me with another guest. He is not the last time that Kostya is here. We'll do more. But every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern, be here at the same place at the same time. Edvina Cooks, my YouTube channel, and we will have a lot of interesting guests and a lot of fun. And I'm very, very happy to bring different cultures, different people, different information for all of you. This is the point of the show. I want you to meet in person pretty much very special and interesting people who are inspiring, who are changing lives, who are doing something with their lives, and to inspire you to go and get it for yourselves. Thank you again so much, and see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.